Most people think the system is broken. It isn't. What feels like failure is usually function. What feels unfair is often design. The mistake isn't believing the system should work for you. The mistake is assuming it ever tried to. Modern systems are not neutral. They are not accidental. And they are not built around individual outcomes. They are built around incentives, scale, and control. Once you understand that, many frustrations stop being personal and start being predictable. We grow up with the idea that systems exist to help people succeed. Education systems, career systems, financial systems, political systems. The assumption is that if you follow the rules, the system will eventually reward you. But systems don't reward effort. They reward alignment. And alignment is not evenly distributed. Every system has a goal. That goal is rarely written down, but it is always enforced. Incentives are how the goal expresses itself. If you want to understand what a system is really designed to do, you don't listen to what it says. You watch what it consistently rewards. Once you do that, the picture becomes clearer and less comforting. Take institutions. Institutions don't optimize for individual flourishing. They optimize for stability, continuity, and self-preservation. Their incentives are structured to maintain order, reduce volatility, and protect the system itself. Individual success is tolerated only when it doesn't threaten those priorities. That's why outcomes often feel disconnected from merit. It's not that merit doesn't exist. It's that merit is secondary. Systems are built to handle scale. Individuals are noise within that scale. From the system's perspective, people are inputs, not protagonists. When something produces predictable output at scale, the system keeps it. When something introduces risk or instability, the system resists it, regardless of how reasonable it seems at the individual level. This is where frustration begins. People assume the system is broken because it doesn't respond to effort in the way they were promised. They assume corruption, incompetence, or failure. Sometimes those exist, but more often, the system is simply doing what it was designed to do. The system isn't failing you, it's filtering you. Most systems are designed with gates. These gates are not moral judgments. They are control mechanisms. They regulate flow. They determine who advances, who waits, and who exits. And the criteria for passing through those gates is rarely effort alone. Effort is easy to absorb. Alignment is harder. That's why so many people feel like they're running into invisible walls. They work hard. They follow the rules. They do what they're told. And yet progress stalls. Promotions slow. Opportunities narrow. Outcomes feel capped. The response is usually to push harder, to apply more effort to the same path. But pushing harder against a structural boundary doesn't move the boundary. It just drains the person pushing. Systems don't respond to force the way individuals do. They respond to incentives. If a system benefits from your current position, it has no reason to move you out of it. If your effort improves a system's output without increasing your leverage, the system will happily accept more of it. This is why being useful and being rewarded often diverge. The system does not ask, "Is this fair?" It asks, "Does this work?" Once you see that, a lot of moral confusion disappears. Consider how incentives operate. Incentives don't care about intentions. They shape behavior regardless of how people feel about them. When incentives are misaligned with stated values, outcomes follow incentives every time. This is why systems often produce outcomes that surprise people, but never surprise economists. People respond to what is rewarded. Institutions evolve around what sustains them. Structures harden around what protects them. Over time, these dynamics become invisible because they're normalized. They feel like the way things are. And that's the most powerful feature of any system. invisibility. When control structures are invisible, people blame themselves. They internalize failure. They assume they didn't try hard enough, didn't play the game correctly, didn't deserve more. This keeps the system stable because frustration is directed inward instead of upward or outward. This is not conspiracy, it's efficiency. A system that externalizes blame would destabilize itself. A system that encourages self-blame maintains order. This is why many systems appear compassionate while operating mechanically. The language is human. The structure is not. Once you understand this, the goal changes. The goal is no longer to fight the system. Fighting the system assumes it is listening. It usually isn't. The goal is to understand where the system's incentives intersect with your interests and where they don't. That's the hidden leverage. You don't need the system to care about you. You need to know what it responds to. This is where positioning replaces protest. People who do well inside systems are rarely the most virtuous or the most hardworking. They are the most aligned. They understand what the system rewards and place themselves where those rewards flow. This is not cynical. It's realistic. Every system has pressure points. These are not advertised. They are discovered through observation. Where does value concentrate? Where does control reside? Who decides allocation? What behaviors are protected? What behaviors are tolerated? What behaviors are quietly punished? Once you answer those questions, outcomes stop feeling random. Glass walls are a useful metaphor here. From the inside, everything looks open. You can see opportunities. You can see people ahead of you. You can see movement. But when you try to advance, you hit something solid, invisible, unyielding. The mistake is assuming the wall shouldn't be there. The wall is there because it works. It separates control from participation, decision makers from executors, owners from contributors. The system needs those divisions to function at scale. Understanding this doesn't mean you accept your position. It means you stop misdiagnosing the problem. Instead of asking, why won't the system reward me? You ask, what does the system actually reward? That shift is everything. Once you see the design, you can choose your relationship to it. You can operate within it strategically. You can move laterally instead of forward. You can build outside it. You can connect to different incentive structures altogether. But you can't do any of that while believing the system is broken. Broken systems are fixed. Design systems are navigated. This is why clarity matters more than motivation. Motivation pushes you harder into the same structure. Clarity lets you change structures. The system was never designed for you. And once you understand that, you stop taking its outcomes personally. That's not pessimism. That's freedom.